Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is the new Star Wars project being worked on over at Respawn Entertainment. It was revealed a few days ago at EA Play, and I just have to say this before I jump into the meat and potatoes. We gamers are, admittedly, sometimes super fickle. We're often hard to please, but we are extremely easy to tease. For example, look at what Bethesda did at the end of their convention last night. They didn't give us any information, they didn't give us any dates, they didn't give us anything. They just showed us like two 10-second clips, followed by a title screen. A long shot on a planet, Starfield. Zoom through a landscape, Elder Scrolls 6. And we all went crazy. It doesn't take much to get us excited, but videos and graphics are everything, even if they're as simple as a 10-second landscape shot and a title fading in. It's basic, but it works. I just wish something was shown during the reveal. Even if it mimicked what Bethesda did, just zooming in on something or a landscape, and then boom, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That would have been way more exciting than just saying, yeah, this is the game coming out, I'll see you next year. Oh well. We will know and be shown everything eventually. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is set between Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith and Episode 4 A New Hope in the Star Wars film saga. This is a time period where the Jedi were being hunted, everything was going to hell, the rise of the Empire, all the fun stuff, the dark times. We don't know very many details about the game other than some broad strokes. It's a single-player, third-person game. The game is an action-adventure game that, quote, tells an original Star Wars story around a surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, close quote. The release date for Jedi Fallen Order is the holiday season of 2019, and I wonder if every big game that they're going to release is going to be released alongside of a big holiday Star Wars movie. Battlefront came out in 2015 alongside The Force Awakens, Battlefront 2 came out in 2017 alongside The Last Jedi, and Jedi Fallen Order is coming out in 2019 with Episode 9.
The studio.
Respawn Entertainment was founded by Vince Zampella and Jason West, and before they created Respawn, they were over at Infinity Ward, and they were responsible for the development of the Call of Duty franchise. As much as I've been burned out of the Call of Duty franchise for a long time now, I can't think of a better, or maybe the correct word is a safer bet, than bringing on board a large chunk of folks who cultivated one of the biggest action-adventure series of all time. So yeah, Vince and Jason created Respawn Entertainment, and Respawn has made Titanfall and Titanfall 2. I think that's the only two games they've made under Respawn, and they're two games that I've actually never played. And then you have Stig Asmussen. I could have looked up how to pronounce his name, but I'm sure I butchered it. You guys know me. I suck at pronouncing names. But he's the former Sony Santa Monica developer who worked on the first 3 God of War games, and he is leading Jedi Fallen Order.
Hopes, dreams, and thoughts.
There are a lot of elements going into Jedi Fallen Order that get me excited. The studio behind the game, industry veterans who know action-adventure storytelling and combat, and then you have the time period full of slaughter, political posturings, revolution, eradication. It was a very dark time. The time period is ripe for the picking. So there's a lot of elements going into this game that get me pumped. Who is the Padawan that Vance said you'll be playing as? My guess is that it's someone we've never heard of. I know a ton of subreddits, YouTube channels, and gaming sites are full of speculation, guessing it's a character that we already know about. I doubt it. As was said in the official statement, this is an original Star Wars story set shortly after Revenge of the Sith, starring a surviving Padawan. And when I think of a surviving Padawan, I think of when Anakin went around and slaughtered younglings and maybe somebody escaped. Who knows? I do hope it's a new character. 100% I want a new character. The Star Wars universe is rich with opportunities to tell new and exciting stories with new and exciting characters. We don't have to rehash what we're already familiar with over and over and over again. Right? Am I alone here? I want some new characters. One of my first observations was actually the title itself. It was the formatting that got me. Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order. I'm curious if Star Wars Jedi is going to become a series. So you'd have like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and maybe the sequel would be Star Wars Jedi Rise of the Empire, or some shit like that. Who knows? I'm sure I'm reading too deep into the formatting of some text, but it just seems like it's set up to be a series. All I'm hoping for is a fun single-player third-person Star Wars game where you hack and slash in a Star Wars environment rich with a satisfying story. And with all the pieces in play, I think things are looking up. And if your first thought is LOL, I'm not giving my money to EA, LOL, well, you might not really understand the studio dynamics, and you might be missing out on something huge. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you like me? You're a little bummed out that you didn't see at least a 10-second clip of something, even if it was just like darkness and then stars and then Star Wars Jedi the Fallen Order? That would have been nice, right? That would have been better than just going into the audience with a microphone, right? Am I alone here? Wouldn't that have been better? Right? Even something like that would have been better, right? Right?